Hey, this is Kevin here with Reviews About Anything, and I'm here today with the Hifiman Hm This is a audiophile MP3 player. It's not really for the everyday person. Obviously, most people want an iPod or one of the new Samsung Galaxy players or something like that. This is for audiophiles and audio enthusiasts. And what I mean by that is people that actually take the time and buy CDs and download them onto their computer uncompressed and make sure the audio is perfect, basically. And that's what this is for, because it has different amps and it can power different headphones. I've been able to power 300 ohm headphones with this with no problem. The Shure in-ears that I have, I power those with no problem, obviously. It's just a different type of MP3 player for a different type of person. And like my previous video, this is more towards audiophiles and audio enthusiasts, but I'm just going to do an unboxing and my review of the Hifiman Hm 601. And now it comes in a black textured box. Not really sandpaper, kind of a smooth sandpaper, I guess you could say, and then it has the Hifiman logo right there in gold, and it uses magnets to keep it shut. Now inside the box you're going to get your manual, which is for actually 3 different players, which they all sell still. It's in English and Chinese, like that. Very good manual, good pictures, explains everything very well, I feel. And it also comes with a quality check. They do 4 different quality checks. 1, 2, 3, and the initial one, which is the first one. And it has a stamp where it's made, which specific one it is, and it's also your warranty card, which obviously I personally can't read because I can't read Chinese. Here's the actual player in a plastic anti-static bag. I'll get to that in a second. The accessories it comes with is a charger with a Asian adapter on it, but it does come with a American adapter right here. You just simply push that on and you can plug it into your wall socket. And they do come with different ones depending on where you live, so you're not just gonna get an American one. You'll get European if you live in Europe, Australia, so on and so forth. It is mini USB, so a nice good standard. I have a ton of these laying around, so if I lost it, I'd be fine. 2 regular USB. You can use this for charging and syncing, and then this is just your charging. And it comes with this little felt bag and a microfiber cloth, which obviously I haven't used either of them. So that's what it comes with. Now let's get on to the player itself. Here's the player. This one is the 4 GB model. It comes in 4 and 8 gigs. It has 2 older brothers. It has the Hm 602, which includes a DAC, a different DAC, an amp, and then it has the Hm 801, and then the soon to be coming out, I'm not sure if it's actually out yet, the 901, which those are a lot more money. This one right here is $200 for the 4 gig and $250 for the 8 gig. The reason I went with the 4 gig instead of the 8 gig is because right there it has a full SD slot, which right now I have in there 32 gigabyte SD. Now the first thing I'm going to go over is the body of it. It is plastic. Can't really expect much from a $200 MP3 player that is of this caliber for listening to music. It does have on the side right here, the autofocus, there we go, has low and high gain for your different type of headphones. It has your power, hold, and mutes right here, and then your 4-way directional pad with a select in the center. And then on this side is your charging and your syncing / charging port right there. On the top, you have a headphone in, you have a DAC out, and then you have, or DAC in out, however you want to use it, and then you have your, actually a turn dial for your listening, for the volumes, which I like a lot, because instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., this is a very easy to just move up a tiny little amount that you want instead of having to go up a whole volume notch, because they do have the volume notches on there, obviously, from minimum to 2, 4, 6, 8 maximum, and then in betweens obviously 1, 2, it's 1, 3, 7, and 9. But you can just turn up that tad little bit that you want, which I find is very helpful depending on which headphones I'm listening to. To turn on the player, you hold over the top one over to the side for a few seconds, and then it comes on, greet you with the Hifiman. And then here is the interface. The interface is a lot different to use than most normal interfaces. Up and down are exactly the same, so you go down or up to select whatever you feel like. And then to actually click on something you want, instead of using the center button like you'd think, you actually follow the arrow and use that. So you can just go through, and you do it again to select, and then do it again to select. This one, the center button's actually for pausing and playing, which is handy, that you have a dedicated button just for that, which I like. The only negatives I have about this player is the size. It is really thick. I think they could have made this a lot thinner. You can hear how hollow it is. I feel they probably could make it, I don't know how much thinner, but quite a bit thinner, I feel. And then also the SD card can only be a class 4, or it can't read it properly. So most people buy class 10 or roughly around that area. I had to actually go and find a class 4 32 gig, which is actually a lot harder to do than I thought, because most 32 gigs come in a class 10 security. So that's just something to keep in mind. It does play a ton of audio formats. I personally use FLAC with it. You can use FLAC, you can use MP3, you can use AAC, you can use WAVE, you can use WAVE lossless, you can use lossless. So it can play anything that you have. And like I said, this is not for the normal, everyday, average person. This is for audiophiles and audio enthusiasts that are going to be using more power-hungry headphones. So to wrap this up, I recommend it. I love it. It sounds fantastic, especially for how much it costs. And besides the thickness and the SD card problem, I'd recommend it to anyone that wants to have nicer headphones or nicer sounding music. Thanks for watching. This is Kevin with Reviews About Anything.